Hello, welcome. The professor is here. Welcome, US Geoguessr fans. Welcome, US Geography fans. Maybe welcome, hopefully, some of my students. My students are some of my biggest supporters. I love you guys. Let's play some Michigan. I also love Shmoo Gaming. Check out their YouTube channel. Give them some subscriptions, some likes. I already did that. One thing I like is we're going to be playing Michigan today. Love Michigan, IRL and in GeoGuessr. I would consider it certainly one of my better states. So hopefully I will not end up proverbially eating those words. I started off stuck in a Costco, and it's going to cost me like 20 seconds getting out of that stupid Costco the right direction. Okay, so where would there be a Costco like this? Obviously somewhere in the burbs of Michigan. I can't get out of that stupid Costco gas station. What's happening? Am I going to get stuck in this forever? This is going to be super disappointing if so. Okay, it took me almost a minute to get out of that Costco. That's real bad. Okay, let's just hope to get an intersection here. Need to get some kind of bearings. M43 Hazlitt, East Lansing. Okay. So typical central Michigan intersection. I'm really not super familiar with the Lansing area. But we had 2 to East Lansing, we had 2 to M43, and then we had 2 to Hazlitt. Okay, so I assume that means we are probably somewhere out here. Maybe Okemos? Is that possible? Here's Hazlitt. Okay. So 2 to Hazlitt, 2 to M43, 2 to East Lansing. Okay, so somewhere around here would be my best guess. Still in East Lansing, not probably in Okemos. We are going to see if Catalyst and Chaos Queen were able to locate this Costco better than I was. But I'm going to stay right here, right by Michigan State. I only found that one sign. It was the most valuable thing. It looks like all of them found that sign too. There's the Costco. Ah, okay. Starting off in third place in Michigan, but we all did really well on East Lansing. This looks almost like Upper Peninsula. Yeah, pasties. Pasties are like these meat pies. Not kidding. That they eat in the Upper Peninsula. I ate a pasty in Munsing here. It's not Munising. I believe it's Munsing. So on one trip, we stopped in the Upper Peninsula in Munsing. And is that maybe where we were? Where we are now? That would be really cool. Okay, so we're going east 28. We are going towards Seney and Newberry. Okay, yeah. I think we're in Munsing. I think we're maybe like at the place I ate pasties at. That's crazy. I went to college in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, at the great Marquette University. Really good basketball school. Really good Catholic Jesuit university, where I started my career in higher education. So I spent some time in the Upper Peninsula. 906 area code, that's also a dead giveaway for Upper Peninsula, aka the UP. I feel like all of the UP has that. Shingleton. Okay, so we're not in Munsing, we are rather in Shingleton. But that's okay. Still in the land of pasties. Pasties are good. They're like mincemeat pies with onions. It's my best description of them. They're very tasty. Chaos was right there on the right road in the UP. Good job. Chaos is cooking in these Michigan rounds. Okay, do not recognize these street signs, sadly. Foxthorn, Ardsley, Ardsley. I'm not going to go Ardsley Court. That sounds like a dead end. So I'm going to go out here, Foxthorn. Be cool if we could at least get an area code. An area code would be a great deal of help to me in Michigan, as I think I know most of them. 734. Okay, so 734 is Southeast Michigan, like south of Detroit even. Warren Avenue. Okay, so that is telling me Detroit suburbs. Which one, though? Canton. Okay, Canton is the home of, if I'm not mistaken, Gino from 90 Day Fiancé. I love trash reality TV. I love 90 Day Fiancé. Gino, if you know him, Gino and Jasmine, they're from Canton. Gino is. Jasmine is from Panama. So Canton, I should know where this is, right? It's out here. I believe it's a western suburb. Around Warren. Why can't I find Canton? On the new map, it's just making life hard because you don't get like everything. Canton is out here, though. Yeah, Sky Zone Canton. Cool. Liffey and Warren. I don't know where that is. Probably out this way somewhere. Can't get the intersection, but got kind of close. See how Canton's like not even on the map? There's Lily and Warren. Yeah, I just didn't have enough time. Shmoo, 2 minutes is rough. Especially for old people like me. 2 minutes is rough. We were all in Detroit suburbs, though. Looks like Chaos might have just rando plonked out there in Ann Arbor land. Catalyst was a bit farther up in Wixom. Doing well so far in Michigan. Love it. Round 4 appears to be the most problematic. Very agricultural. So that would make me think similar location to where we were before. 734 maybe. Anderjack Family Chiropractic. The extreme southeast corner of Michigan is very flat and very like kind of agricultural looking like this. There is an airport to the west. 2 LSSU. Interesting. That is not at all where I expect it to be on the drop. If we are to LSSU, that means Lake Superior State University, which, if I am not mistaken, I think is in Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie, Lake Superior State University, yeah. Real glad I found that sign. We were on a numbered street. We were on, I believe, 14th. So 14th, yeah, that would put us down here, right by the Fire Station Cannabis Co. Beautiful. No comment. 15th Avenue West and Davitt Street. 15th Avenue West and Davitt. I think we're getting warm. Yeah. Because we would be near the 15th Street Business Spur there. I think we got to be somewhere down here. Yeah, there's Davitt. Cool. Here's 15th and Davitt. We got to be like right here. Yeah, nice. 4996. This time everyone was on the UP. Okay. Understandably, Chaos went Marquette. Marquette is where Northern Michigan University is. Houghton, Michigan Tech University, but Lake Superior State is in Sault Ste. And really the only reason I know that is because they play Ohio State all the time in hockey. So I know that like LSSU has a really strong hockey team, but good job there. Catalyst. I'm going to have to watch the video to determine how you got that close, but great job. Near Sault Ste. Wow, looks like we saved the hardest round for last, huh? We get a typical Michigan double signpost there. No, this is not going to be that bad. 15 mile. Okay. 15 mile and 165th Street. Okay. So just from that intersection, I'm going to go to the map. 15 mile, Detroit ends with 8 Mile Road, as you can see here. And then you go 9, 10, 12. Here's 15, right? Okay. So we get these like mile roads radiating north out of the city of Detroit, like into the suburbs, right? But the one thing that's crazy is, where are we getting the 165th from? Here's 14th mile, right? And 15 mile has to be out this way. But the thing that is really killing me is those numbers. Where are those numbers? 15 mile, I was pretty confident about, but it's this 165th that's really getting me. Where would there be 165th? And that is unfortunately an 844 number. So that's not going to give me any kind of guidance. 15 mile and 165th. We see 15 miles starting over here. But the 165th is going to make me want to go like way out this way somewhere, because I'm not sure of numbers. I'm really not. I have no idea where this could possibly be, but I'm going to put it around 15 Mile Road. That's all I got. And as the seconds tick down, let's see how we do. Way up there. Okay. See, that's why I was worried that it didn't really look like anywhere near where I was. And as we can see, much to my chagrin, there are two 15-mile roads in Michigan, right? There's one up here south of Cadillac, apparently, and then there's one down where I was. So not a great way to end in Michigan, a very confusing final round, and slightly disappointing 19,898. So I don't break 20K, but I have 4 really, really strong rounds. We had one near Lansing. We had 2 in the UP. That's pretty cool. And then we had one down there in Detroit suburbs. Won't comment on round 5 on the fake 15-mile road. Let's see how the Shmoo Gaming competition went. Catalyst very, very narrowly edges out Chaos Queen. That's got a sting, especially on that final round. Not gonna lie, but GG's Catalyst in Michigan, they both scored over a 13. And I can't feel too bad. 4 really, really solid rounds in Michigan. And thank you for watching. I noticed that Shmoo had done some more interesting states next, like Indiana, Kentucky. I'm going to have a go at those next. So catch me on those states soon.